Southern lakes and reservoirs form distinct layers that change with the season and differ in water chemistry. This process, called stratification, greatly affects the location and condition of fish at different times of the year. As the days get longer and warmer, the surface water warms faster than the water below it. The difference in water temperature with depth results in the formation of three distinct layers of water, and they're defined by their temperature differences. During winter, fall, and early spring, the water temperature is about the same from top to bottom. Stripers need ideal water temperatures from 58 to 66 degrees. Their oxygen requirements are about 5 parts per million, and of course, their food source must be abundant. Immediately below the first layer is a layer of water called the thermocline. This is the layer of water that shows a rapid rate of temperature decrease with depth. Because water in the thermocline is much colder than the water in the first layer, it's much denser. This denser water acts like a cover that keeps the warmer, lighter water in the first level from mixing with the water below it. The thermocline holds the correct levels of temperature, oxygen, and food supply. However, once the stratification process sets up in the summer, the thermocline acts as a barrier between the first and the third levels. Oxygen, used up by decaying organisms in the cool third level, cannot be replaced until the fall. The decline in dissolved oxygen makes it impossible for most fish to live in the cool third level. Stripers tend to be suspended in the thermocline, and downriggers allow the fishermen to go to the suspended zone and stay there. Secondly, stripers are schooling fish, and in ideal temperatures they are voracious feeders, and trolling with downriggers allows the fishermen to cover lots of water. In its simplest form, a downrigger is a spool of wire line with a weight attached. A rod is attached to a lure and to a line release. This setup can be lowered to any desired trolling depth. The release pops loose when a fish hits, and the fisherman can play the fish with no weight on his line. To gauge your depth, a line counter on the downrigger is a must.
Clockwise, it releases the drag and allows the downrigger to go down. And you can see it has a line counter.
Braided stainless steel cable provides the best performance. Most downrigger makers use a 150-pound, 1/32 diameter cable, which works very well. No matter which type of release that you use, the recommended line release tension for stripers is 3 to 5 pounds. Most weights are made of lead or cast iron, but whatever weight, it should be coated with vinyl or a baked powder coating. Most striper anglers will be fishing 20 to 40 feet down, and the recommended weight at 3 miles per hour is 7 pounds. The length between the release and the bait probably depends upon water clarity. Normally, it might be 20 to 50 feet.
Okay, we're going to put out downriggers. First thing we're going to do is let the bait out. We'll let it out about 100 feet. I've got line counters. I'm a firm believer in line counters. I like to get mine out about 100 feet away from the boat and ball, just so in case the fish are spooky, they don't associate the bait with the boat. So while you're letting it out, grab your line so you have it in your hand. Put the rod in the holder. You're going to put it in the clip. And again, to put it in the clip, you put a loop around it. You stick it in the jaw, lock the jaw down, take the doubled line, and wrap it around the release mechanism. Swivel it back out. Get it all ready to go down. Take your reel out of gear, make sure your clicker's on, and you can slowly lower the ball while keeping tension on the rod with your finger. All right, now we're at 23 feet, and the weight's actually a little bit deeper, but the release clip's at 23. You want a good bow in your rod so when the fish snaps out of the release clip, the line will tighten up and take the slack out of it. This is a 2-ounce Macfar chipmunk jig with a tsunami swim bait. I like the tsunami baits because they have flash in them. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but molded inside of the bait is some flash. And I'm a big believer in flash, noise, light, anything to help attract the fish. Push the button.